everybody, it's Pat Love from eXp Realty. I'm here today to interview Robyn Wyman. Now, I've known Robyn for quite some time, and she's sort of taking a wee bit of a different direction. So we're here to hear about her new business, and well, we'll call it a new business. The Calm Village, is it the Calm Village?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So great. I'd like to thank Robyn for taking some time out of her day to share all about the new venture she's involved in. So welcome. It's nice to see you.
You too, Pat. Thank you. Thank you for asking me to come on and chat about it. I'm excited about it. So
Yeah, me
thank
too.
you.
I'm here. I heard about it about a week ago, but I don't know too much. So we'll hand it over to you. Describe the Calm Village and get us informed.
Great. So I guess I should start with my business. I'm integrating my last business, which was called Circle of Life Center. And that was primarily, it's similar work I'm doing. I am a holistic healer. And for people who aren't sure what that is, I'm a life coach, but I work with naturally with people as well as energetically. So there's a lot of energy medicine used in that. So it's talk, it's using natural remedies, and it's also energy work. And it's all this triage coming together to support people. And what I did that in my last business when I was working with people, but I've just broadened it because through COVID and through this pandemic, so many people were reaching out to me. I was, and younger women, especially. So 20s, 30s, 40s, that sort of age group, I call that younger. And they were reaching out to me because the anxiety level was so high, and also struggling with mental health, and the isolation was so high. So that was who my people were reaching out. And I went, okay, because my main focus had been before helping people at end of life and grief. And I went, we are grieving. COVID was grieving, although people didn't really understand that because we were grieving our old life and where we were now, because this is the new normal, whatever, however we want to put that, this is what it is now. So I just found I was transitioning into that, and I went, what people really are looking for is calm. They're looking for peace. They're looking for calm. And I just kept growing that and expanding that. And out of that, I was chatting with a friend, and she said to me one day, you should call your business the Calm Village. So it was a friend who said that to me, and I went, So I'm really Robyn of the Calm Village, but it's using my energy work, my talk. I'm very talk, because you've got to talk with people and find out what's going on. And really what they tell me is what's going on, what's underneath the symptom, because there's always these layers and layers and layers. So I'm really good at helping people peel these back and bring this awareness, and we work together. And then I do these sessions remotely. So I'm on Zoom, and then we'll say, okay, I'm going to do the healing now. And I'm doing this remote energy work, and it's just been beautiful. And it's just blossoming into this business that I didn't really realize was going to come. But so that's how it evolved. So it's came through the last year and a half, probably. That's what I would say. But it's an evolution, and it still is the other business also, like I'm merging them.
Well, yeah, there's wonderful things that you had in your other business. And I've been doing a lot of these interviews, and the pandemic, however horrible it's been, it certainly has been, lots of positives have come out of it, and awareness. And, I think that we've gotten to know ourselves a bit because we've slowed down and we've been stuck with ourselves. And maybe people are better at figuring out, maybe I am depressed or something's going on with me, because before you're just so busy, you're running here, there, and everywhere, and you're just living. And I think that I read a quote. It might have been a meme on Facebook. Who knows? A quote meme. Who knows? But it talked about, your purpose being more than just being on Earth and eating, sleeping, and entertaining yourself. Life is more than that. And I thought, yeah, that's funny. When we get down to it, if we're not doing anything inspiring, that's pretty much it. eating, sleeping, and
and
entertaining
repeat,
yourself.
rinse and repeat,
And
rinse and
repeat.
repeat.
Yeah, and I think we've become more aware now of how kind of empty that was when they take away our ability to go out and connect with other people, and our value of connecting is way higher than I think anybody realized.
We're social beings, and
Mhm,
that was very challenging, especially for people who are really extroverted.
mhm,
I like to see people, but I'm quite content in my own space. But I had a lot of people that were really struggling because they couldn't have these connections. We need community. It's very, very important to us. And I
yeah.
just like to share a little bit. So this is a bit woo-woo for people. It may be a bit woo-woo, but just I always say, please have an open mind and an open heart. So
Mhm, mhm,
we are going through a time that they're calling the Great Awakening. So everything's quickening. Everything, I mean, I don't. That's not going to be a stretch for people to realize. Everything's fast. It's happening quick, quick, quick. And people
mhm,
they're waking up and they're going, I've done this job, but I really don't like it. Or for
mhm,
millennials, they're going, I'm getting paid. I went to university. I'm in this job that's not very interesting and I'm not being well paid. There's got to be more to life than this. There's got to be
mhm,
more. And
mhm,
I think that's why I think this millennial group is attracted to me, because I can hold space for them to express it and give
mhm,
them ideas and work through things. And then so they're looking. So maybe they're in a relationship that isn't that healthy for themselves. Maybe their work environment, it was not that healthy. Maybe some of the friends they were hanging with, it's just not working. And we know something's different, but people aren't sure what's not different. So I can help them understand as we're raising our consciousness. That's what we're having. As you
mhm,
said, there's more to just eat, sleep, and work and repeat. We're
mhm,
going, we are a spirit having this physical experience in this body, but
mhm,
that's not more. There's so much more than just the body.
mhm,
It's
mhm,
very important because it moves us around to have this experience, but
mhm.
we also have a mental body, we've got an emotional body, and those two are like they're twins. So you think about what your thoughts are, your thoughts create your emotions, or we'll go with that. And if you don't like how you're living, you've got to unwind what you're thinking and feeling, because they're connected and they are creating the reality of your life. So I
Mhm,
work with people that way. Then we go into the spiritual, like what are your beliefs? Do you believe that there's a higher power? You could believe in nature being your higher power. It doesn't matter, but I just sort of help people flesh that out for themselves and
mhm,
not having to go through an intermediary to have that connection with source,
mhm,
because
mhm.
you do have that connection. People
Yeah.
just are, oh, I feel different. Something's different. I don't have to go to your minister or your parent or somebody to get that
Mhm.
information, or your guru. You can just have direct
Yeah.
connection.
So you
As
can teach them how to do that.
yes. And
Mhm,
then we've got your etheric body. So that is our chakras and our meridians. That's another aspect to us. So
mhm,
that affects how we're going. So we know we wash our hair, we brush our teeth, we shower every day, but how do you deal with energetic hygiene? Nobody even thinks about clearing your chakras, running your meridians, how that impacts our life, because all the information is coming from the field into our chakras, and then it goes into our glands. It secretes the hormones through the body. It steps down into our meridians, our organs, cells, and that's how it works. So there's where I'm just sharing and then there's other bodies, but we're not even going to go there because you have to start to understand these. So
mhm.
I've created this, I call it your platform of well-being. So we bring all these aspects of yourself together, and then you get pretty shiny, and that's where magic happens.
Well, that's cool. That's wonderful. I'm excited to give it a try.
It's
So
cool.
let's talk a bit about we talked about, has anyone in your life inspired you in particular? Anybody in particular?
I was thinking about that when you sent the questionnaire out, and it was my dad. My dad, he loved life, and he worked hard, but he loved to have fun. And he loved nature. So we did a lot of skiing, we boated, we were we were in nature all the time. My dad was a real leader of having a lot of fun, whenever he's passed quite a few years ago, and whenever I get too serious or sort of bogged down, I can hear him saying, lighten up, Rob, don't take things so seriously. And that's one of the things I always tell people. We're here to enjoy this time here.
Mhm,
You know, we're going
mhm.
to go through the valleys and the highs and the lows. That's natural, but just have more fun in your life. So that's he definitely.
It's very good advice. My dad's my inspiration too. So
Yeah.
I totally get that. And I miss mine immensely all the time. I talk to him occasionally and then people think I'm insane.
Well, I do too. And just because they're not physically here with us, yes, we
Mhm.
miss them, but we can connect. It is possible. I do
Yeah.
my energy healing remotely. I'm
Mhm.
connecting with people. So why couldn't you?
Exactly. It's exactly. So, as you know, Robyn, Park Bench is a community website. We like to talk about the community. So, I'll ask you a couple questions. Why don't you share what you like about North Vancouver and living here?
I grew up on the North Shore and I adore North Van. I live in Lower Lonsdale. I had traveled quite a bit and I wanted to live somewhere where I could walk and get to know my community and not have to get in a car to do as much as go do my shopping. And I'm not saying I don't use my car because I do, but I love to be able to go in 10 minutes. I can be in the woods. Yesterday I was with my daughter. We were swimming down at Kate's Park. I mean, it's so sweet on the North Shore. I think it's a hidden gem.
Hmm, hmm. I think that, and I, when I do these interviews with people, I think I told you this. I sit here and listen to all these wonderful places, and I think, I should get out and see them again.
Yes.
It's about taking the time and doing that. So, what do you like to do around Lower Lonsdale? Are there any restaurants or stores that maybe you haven't been in for a year and a half, but anything
I
you'd like to
really,
share?
I love coffee. I love having coffee. And I don't know, there's got to be at least 10 coffee cafes in the Lower Lonsdale area. So throughout the pandemic, they stayed open. So I would go and I just went, I want my community to survive through this time. So
Hmm.
I would go to one or the other. And I have my favorites. I love Lift, which is on the corner of First and Lonsdale. It's lovely. And it's a breakfast, cafe, lunch, but now they're doing dinner and it's packed all the time. It's a popular little spot. I love that. I love sushi. So I think in the block from First to Second, there's 3 sushi restaurants. I mean, it's awesome
Hmm.
here. And
Hmm.
then down in that lower strip, I like the Greek restaurant. I can't think of the name at the moment, but Burgoo. I like to go down to the pier. I love that new development they did down at the shipyards, that covered area. I
Oh
would
yeah.
walk down and get a coffee and sit there a lot through the winter. And, families were all coming together and congregating. I saw a lot of birthday parties being held there and
Hmm.
just families coming together outside. It was beautiful. And now it's the water park. So I love
Hmm.
watching the kids.
Yeah, it's
I
nice
love
down there.
that community hub. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's so nice. As I said to, I can't remember, maybe it was you. I went to lunch at Joey's with a friend, and we remember, those were just a bunch of dilapidated old shipyard
I
buildings down there,
know.
and it was so ugly for so many years. And it's wonderful what they've done and turned North Van into something special for sure, as opposed to this industrial nightmare that it was.
It still is a working harbor. I mean, I catch the sea bus when I go over town to go to meetings and that. And I mean, it's fascinating to watch the boats coming in and what's going on. It is a working harbor, and that's amazing what all like watching the tubs and the freighters come in. But I got to say, I say to my kids every time, I don't think there's anything like Lower Lonsdale, that area in Vancouver. It's
No,
very unique.
no, no. And it's so nice to be able to blend everything together in a aesthetically pleasing way. How's
Yes,
that?
they've done a
So,
beautiful job. Yeah.
so Robyn, is there anything else you'd like to share today?
There is something I would like to share. I'm doing a series called The Wisdom of Nature because I'm a forager. I take people out in nature and teach them about forest bathing. What is it? What are the benefits of being in nature? And I explain some of the plants and we talk about how you can use them and how to incorporate them into your life as well as cooking.
Mhm.
And I was going to start that in March, but because of the we couldn't get together, it started quite a bit later. So I'm running it through the summer. And so we're just going to different parks and beaches on on the North Shore. And once in Burnaby, we're going to Deer Lake. But there is I've sent the link. So if somebody would be interested in that, I'd love to have you join. It's very relaxed. They're easy walks. And the group of people that are coming, we're just having some fascinating conversations, and it's very expanded. I'm loving it.
Good. And a great way to connect outdoors,
Yeah.
even though I know we're allowed to do some more things, but there's people who still are a little nervous about that. So it's a great way to connect. I will post that at the end of the interview, the link, so that people can find it and sign up. So anyway, that's wonderful. I'm so excited to hear more about what you're doing. It's my jam. And I would also like to share that Robyn and I have sort of talked about getting a group of people together that are a community of positive thinkers.
Exactly.
And just
open heart.
Yeah, open heart and just supportive of each other, and just a great new way to connect post-pandemic. So I'm looking forward to working on that with Robyn as well. So thanks everybody for your time. Thank you, Robyn. I appreciate you meeting with me and sharing. And I'm looking forward to us all getting back to the new normal.
Thank you, Pat.
You're welcome.